Sunday puzzle. How's everybody doing today, folks? My name is Steve. That's my name. Steve, Bo Beef, Banana, Fana, Fo Feef, Fee, Fi, Mo, Meef, Steve. That's what this is. This is Solve with Steve. The name is the game. It's not the name game. It's the name is the game. That's the theme of today's puzzle. What does that mean? I don't know. But we're going to find out. Derrick, Bo Berrick, Banana, Fana, Fo Ferrick is the constructor of this. I could go on for a long time for this. I won't, because I want to get to the puzzle. Do you want me to get to the puzzle? I hope that you do. Shall we do it? Yes, we shall. Let's solve this thing. All right, this is Solve with Steve. The name is the game. What does it mean? Where Gloria Estefan was born in Miami, Cuba? I don't know. Schmooze is to talk, is to converse. I don't know. Blank Afghan Airlines. I don't know. Parts of a heart or a trumpet. Valves are in a heart and in a trumpet. Very good. No fewer than at least, that fits. Stat now. Media personalities Ari Melber and Ari Fleischer. And Ari is not here with me doing the puzzle. He is not a media personality. He's my boy. He's my son. All right. Anyway, part of many a morning routine. You brush your teeth. You shower. You shave. That's what I'm a little do. Area with pews. The nave of the church building with 76 down. I'm not going all the way down there. Ancestor of the tuba or the sousaphone. So this is a large bass instrument. The bass trombone. So it's got to be bass something. The bass phone, bassophone. Overdone is trite. It's hackneyed. It's overdone. It's played. Pushes with force. I'm not sure. Edmonton has the Oilers in the National Hockey League. Oops. Euler, singular. Product of the first three primes, there'll be 2 times 3 times 5. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. Boom! Math! And what do we have here? Remove or restrain from is to unshackle, but that's not what we have here. To irk is to peeve. You know what really peeves me? I don't know. I just felt like saying that. Have the nerve. You dare to have the nerve. Is this an updo up here? A hairstyle can be casual or formal. You see me with my updo? No. But it's an updo. In special ops, we have neap is a tide. Springs opposite tidally is a neap tide. Science! There we go. As the British pound rises in value, the dollar... I'm not sure. Is somebody's name? The name is the game. The dollar fall winters. As the British pound rises, the dollar falls by the wayside. I'm not sure. One who gives a good talking to is an orator. They talks to you and they speak. It's Havana. Didn't I say Cuba? I said Cuba and Miami. I didn't say Havana. That makes sense. All right. Yeah. Is it Ariana Afghan Islands? It fits. I don't think it's Ariana Afghan Airlines, rather. But maybe, huh? Could that be? Is that part of the thing? All right, to schmooze is to hobnob. There we go. Individually is okay. Let's go take a look here. C31 o'clock. Oh, come on. Individually is ocean. No. Air. Bellwethers. Oh, is this? Wait. No, those are Ari Melbourne, Ari Fleischer. So it's not Bellwethers, it's Bill Withers. Oh, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. But the dollar bill Withers. There we go. That's pretty clever. And Bill is his first name, but it's also a word. And Bill Withers is his name. So we're going to get like Mark Spitz or something like that. All right, so remove a restraint from is to unhackle. No. Fury is ire. Unharnessed. That's what it is. Oh, it's bass horn. That's what it is. The bass horn is the ancestor of the tuba or the sousaphone. Is this Ariana? Ocean, individually. Ocean apart. Oh, I don't know. Pushes with force is thrives, thrusts. That's what it is. One at a time. That's what that's going to be. And it is Ariana Afghan Airlines. Really? They were looking for a new way to clue Ariana and not Singer Grande. And so you did your homework and you found out there's Ariana Afghan Islands. Airlines. Not islands. Airlines. Wow. Okay. What is this? Ulysses. Did Joyce write courtesy of a Ulysses grant? That's pretty funny. You got a grant. And his name is Ulysses S. Grant, but they left off the S because James Joyce wrote the work known as Ulysses, and maybe he got paid a Ulysses grant to write that. Okay, like some philosophical arguments, it's not rhetorical. It's Socratic. Doesn't fit, does it? It does fit. Socratic arguments. Okay, Socratic dialogue. International shoe brand from England, Reebok? Maybe. I thought it was a South African name, but didn't they have? Yeah, they had the Union Jack on their boxes, I think, for a while. SOB, to have a ball, is to sob. Yes, female moose or elephant is a cob, right? Spots to go in the a cow. Right, it's like a female cattle is a cow, female bovine. All right, so spots to go are the WCs. That's what we have. An increase in ham prices from the deli to Mark Cuban sandwiches higher, because Cuban sandwich has ham in it, and Mark Cuban is a person, but Mark is also a verb. I like this. This is fun. You numbskull, you nimwit, I don't know. Taj Mahal is an Agra, extremely loyal, I don't know. Get crazy over is to go gaga. Yes, agarungama. Smears, I'm not sure. After spending the afternoon at Epcot, we had dinner at a blank bistro. Orlando Jones, I think would say. No, but the Jones doesn't work. But some sort of Tony at a Tony Orlando bistro. Get it? Tony Orlando is the singer, and Orlando is the city near to Walt Disney World, and Epcot is there. Okay, orchestra section toward the middle of the pit would be, I'm not sure. The violas, maybe? I don't know. Equipment is gear. Let's see. The brass are sort of toward the back. I don't know. The 5-letter orchestra section. Sure Things. I'm not sure. Buddy Epson played Jed Clampett. It's a P or a B? I think it's a P. Peninsula in Southeast Asia. How about the Malay Peninsula? So Malaya. Consecutively in a row. Whoops. In a row. There we go. Like a naughty Beetle Bailey would be AWOL. Beetle Bailey from the old comic strips. Young people used to read the newspaper every day, and in the newspaper, the highlight, especially for the kids, was the comics. And Beetle Bailey was this comic about this. He was a private, lived on an army base, and Sarge was there. So Beetle was always trying to be lazy and get out of the way. And if he was naughty, he was AWOL. Absent without leave. All right, directs as cargo. Routes. Whoops, routes. There we go. What do we have here? Tiny house occupants are dolls. It's a dollhouse. That's what it is. Aquatic acronym. How about SCUBA? Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Collection of laws would be the canon. Geez, sorry I asked. Okay, and Sarastro and Mozart's The Magic Flute would be a basso. I would sing something he sings, but I don't know it. But it's 5 letters. It's opera. And Sarastro sounds like he is the basso. Is he a basso buffo? I don't know. Okay, oboes are toward the middle of the pit. That's the 5-letter orchestra section. And slam dunks are Sure Things. And the constant nuisance is a pain, but that doesn't fit. Constant nuisance is a pang. Not sure. A relative of a sultan is an emir. Somnial acronym is REM. Constant nuisance is a pain, P-A-N-E? Really? Like a pain, P-A-N-E, is like glass, you can see through it. And if constant nuisance would be a pain that way, P-A-I-N. And that was one of the things back in the day when I was sitting with my family growing up watching TV, and I would sit in the middle of the room because there was no seat for me. Dad had his chair, my sister was on the couch, Mom was her, whatever, and I wanted to sit close to the TV, and they'd say, "You're a pain, but I can't see through you." That was like one of my family jokes, right? Because you're a pain, like you're a not nice person, you're a pain, you're being annoying, but I can't see through you, because if we could see through you, then they would be able to watch TV through me. I remember that. I also remember I was the remote control. Like, "Steven, can you go change the channel?" I was the remote. Anyway, mansión, por ejemplo, is a casa. A mansion is a house. And a strike-breaking sword is a scab. Yeah, you don't want to be that. All right. Low-quality paper is a rag. Newspaper that's low-quality, you call it a rag. Smears is tar, the reputation. The Q of QED. More math here. Quod erat demonstrandum, that which was to be demonstrated. Wow. Extremely loyal is, I don't know. Son of Hanna-Barbera's Doggy Daddy. Is it Augie? Augie Doggy? Augie Dog? I don't know that. I don't know that I know a little bit, but not well. Fish-eating raptors are Triceratops? No, I don't know about that. Urns, like the birds. You numbskull, you ninny. That's what that one is. And True Blue, you are extremely loyal. You are true. True Blue, baby. True Blue, baby, I love you. There's a Madonna song. It's one of the early Madonnas from Holiday, from those days. All right, Holiday. Okay, all right, Powerless, you are something. SNL is the source of Blues Brothers and Coneheads. Now, Blues Brothers is like one of the great American movies, I think. Coneheads, not as big a deal as a movie. All right, Powerless, you are unable, maybe. Let's do that. Is this Auk? Summer month is August, my birth month. All right, let's go here. Immaturity, I don't know, but let's go over there to this one. Depleted is used up. And now we can get all of these. All right. One who's well-meaning but bad influence on a friend, maybe. Ooh, negative peer pressure. I don't know. Why do none of the Fruit of the Loom characters wear Dark colored clothing, no. Why do none of the Fruit of the Loom characters something covered clothing? I don't know that one. Okay. Current is up to date. That fits. There we go. An annoyance is a pain. Wait a second. That this one here was a constant nuisance. This one here is an annoyance. I'm not sure. All right, does that work? Blunt negative. Nope. Is not nopa. It is nope. So annoyance is a something else. All right. Reason to relocate a picnic blanket. There's too many ants. You know what? You're outside. There's going to be ants. They live there. We don't. We're just visiting. They're like, what is this in our house? You can't blame them. All right. To dab with a towel is to blot something. Oh, a pest is an annoyance. Like ants are a pest. But you know what? They're part of it. Why do none of the Fruit of the Loom characters don lighter, don lemon colored clothing? Well, because they're not lemons. There's a grape and there's an apple. Lemon is a fruit, but it's not a Fruit of the Loom. Okay. One who's a well-meaning but bad influence on a friend is an enabler. Ah, yes, they do nice things and they let them get away with it. All right, here we go. Begged is pled. I beg you, I plead. Okay, Spaceballs. I don't know. Gerald Ford and William Howard Taft as a Yale man. I guess. I thought Gerald Ford went to like Michigan, didn't he? Maybe he went to Yale Law School or something like that. I don't know. Didn't he play football for Michigan? That was a big deal. All right. Sydney is in New South Wales and SW. Big word in advertising. New. Improved. What do we have here? Tarots. Decks for reading are tarots. Yes. What is this? Spaceballs are plasmas, I guess. All right. C31 call. Oh, one at a time. Yes, I remember that. All right. What do we have here? To Washington, Washington Irving, Berlin, Germany, seemed far from Tarrytown, New York. So to Washington Irving, the author, Washington Irving, Berlin, Germany, seemed far from Tarrytown, New York. So it's planets, not plasmas. That makes much more sense. All right. So Irving Berlin then is the person's name. Okay. Immaturity is I don't know. Take it easy, will you? Let it be. Let it go. Let it ease up. Loosen up. I don't know. Charles or Ray, who lent their name to a kind of chair, an Eames chair, apparently named after Charles Eames or Ray Eames. Were they the Eames brothers? I don't know. Certain canines are the eye teeth. There we go. Let's go down this way. Mounted below the surface of is set into. And, oops. I want to go this way. I'll build off of eye teeth. There we go. Relating to the wind's movement. Ooh, there's a word for that. I don't know. Oh, you can't see the timer. I can't see the timer either. In case you're curious, we're just short of 12 minutes. Oh, because I went up for the author, I guess, and I forgot to come back down. Sorry, everyone. What do we have here? That means 20 plus 10, right? 20 plus 10. So 30 is, I don't know, something about trois. I don't know. How do you say 30 in French? I don't know. Equivocated, hemmed, or maybe hawed, but hemmed has the right number of letters. Very high. Spaced? I don't know. Stoned? Stoned is high. Is it very high? I don't know. Work on the score of is, I'm not sure. What do we have here? The supermodel was holding a copy of blank herself on the beach. Fanning of L. Fanning herself on the beach. That's pretty funny. Elle Fanning is the person. The supermodel is holding a copy of Elle fanning herself on the beach. Okay, so this is hedged. Equivocated is hedged. Trente, maybe? It's like treinta in Spanish, so why not? We can go for trente. Is that how you say it? I have no idea. I don't speak French. Je parle le faux français. To stockpile is to store something. I led 3 lives, the early TV drama. And Aeolian is relating to the wind's movement. It usually has the AE at the start, not just the E. It looks a little funny with that, but Aeolian, like the Aeolian harp, right? The wind blows across it and it makes a sound like a reed type or a harmonica type. All right, work on the score of is to notate something. Follow or waste not, want not is the phrase. Season ticket holders are fans, presumably, or they just have it. Banff is the beautiful, near outside of Calgary, it's in Alberta. Canada's first national park. Gorgeous. Take it easy, will you? Lay off. Immaturity is greenness. Wow, double E, there we go. Double E, double N, then an E, then a double S. Pretty good. Beaver State is Oregon. Its capital is Salem. Site of a speeding car, a blur. Zoom, it just zips right by there. Info for a traveler, estimated time of arrival, because I'm guessing this is arms. A set of pull-ups are arms, not drums. And election day is on a Tuesday here in the United States. A secluded valley is a glen. How some risks are taken on spec, maybe? That doesn't look right. Fine as is actually stet. If you're the editor and you make a correction, you're like, oh, never mind. Okay, on, whoops. Buzz, so to speak, is to call. I'll call you, I'll give you a buzz, I'll buzz you. We don't do that anymore. Social gathering of a sort is a bee, like a quilting bee. All right, back in the day. On a bet, you take some risks on a bet, yes. Clear in a way, as in windshield, is to wipe, is to, I'm not sure. Body part containing photoreceptors, your eye, takes the light, and the retina at the back of the inside of the eye is where the rods and cones are the photoreceptors, right? They take these light and they turn it into a signal, send it to your brain, and your brain says, oh, I'm watching Solve with Steve. How great! Science! Yes. It's not Bloody Sunday. It's not Black Sunday. It's some other sort of Sunday. Easter, how about that? That's a pretty well-known Sunday. I think most of us have heard of that one. A spherical shape is an orb. We had planet earlier. Now we have orb. To beat one's chest is to brag. I got a crow. Home makeover is a renovation. Clear as an way to defog the windshield. That's what that is. Is this a leitmotif? The shark warning notes. There's a leitmotif. You hear that? It represents the character. It represents specifically the shark. Some Californians consider Santa blank Eden, Santa blank on Earth. Santa Barbara is the city. Eden on Earth, and Barbara Eden is the actor. There we go. Shakespeare, vis-a-vis the expression Brave New World, he was the coiner of that phrase. Words before sea, you're out to sea or you're out to lunch. And Andean stimulant, how about coca, grows in the Andes, specifically Colombia is where we go, and then they, they cut it down, they turn it into cocaine, they smuggle it into the U.S., and yeah, we buy it. Here we go. End of any Shakespeare play ends in Act 5. Love, l'amour, is love in Lyon. Lyon is in France, so amour has the extra U because it's French. If it were Spanish, it would just be amor, and if it were Italian, that's amore. Okay, here we go. Borneo neighbor Sumatra. We're talking about islands in Indonesia. So not Sumatra, Sumatra. Philosopher who said the best fighter is never angry. That sounds like Lao Tzu. That sounds like the art of war. Also known as Lao Tzu. You'll sometimes see that name with a Z and a U, but now we're doing with the T, the S and the E. All right, facetious stuff. Like the mostest is facetious because it's not really a word, but it is. The most already is the word. The mostest is even more than the most. So, okay, anyway. Trains above street level are the L's. Yes, the subway, the elevated train when it's above the ground. White wine named for a region in France, Sauvignon, does not fit. Sauvignon. So that's not something Blanc. I don't know. Peeping Tom Swift. Peeping Tom waits for Lady Godiva to appear. Tom waits will be the one. Okay, bar with drafts is a tap room. Toady is a yes man, singular, so it's yes man, not yes men. Biblical preposition, how about unto, do unto others, etc. Peter, Paul, and Mary would be a trio. There's 3 of them. Peter, Paul, or Mary would just be an individual. To scorch the surface is to char something. This doesn't look right. Bed-Stuy is the neighborhood in Brooklyn, Bedford-Stuyvesant. So this is to sear, not to char. And the white wine is Sauverne. No, Sauterne, yes, this is townships. Subdivisions of some counties are twips, are counties, are townships. Here we go. To startle is to alarm someone. An unpleasant look is a leer. Not King Lear, but that would be L-E-A-R. But this is not the Shakespeare clue. That happened earlier. There was actually 2 Shakespeare clues. This one right here, Shakespeare is the clue. And this one right here, Shakespeare is in the clue. So how do you like that? A lot of Shakespeare. All right. Anesthetic first used on a patient 1842 ether. I thought that was older, but I guess medicine itself, as we know it, with like surgery and stuff, wasn't that old. So you knock somebody out with ether. And now we have other things. All right. What do we got? We got a ball girl is the bell of the ball. Didn't dine out, you ate in. Large safari site is a rhino, a rhinoceros. And last but not least, an intoxicating Asian plant whose name sounds like an insect that would be beetle. I believe it's B-E-T-E-L. Let's see, a tackle box, you have your fishing line. Very good. And enol, is it a chemistry word? A carbon compound is not a common one, but it is, in fact, I learned that in organic chemistry, part of the science classes that I took. Yeah! Oh, shucks. Okay, that'll teach me. Where's the error? Where's the error? What doesn't look right? Can I get this before 20 minutes? I hope so. It's probably something that I did quickly as a typo. Oh boy, I was putting in some other things, but I think I took them out. Can I catch it? Can I catch it? I bet I cannot. There's a nice little tune there. Oh boy, what is wrong? What is wrong? Tom Waits. So turn. I think that's right, but that's the one I'm least comfortable with. But he's not do turn. Mostest? No, he's not. Okay, Lao Tzu is right. So turn looks right. Sumatra, that's how you spell it. Townships are twips. Yeah. So what else could you subdivide a county into? A, B, C. No, that's got to be. All right, something is wrong, 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 wrong. Can I find it? I hope I can. I'm gonna have to go one by one, won't I? And see if something doesn't seem right. What doesn't seem right? I don't know. Oh, that's cool that we had 30. I like this. 30 was the number right here, and we had the French version of 30, which might not be spelled that way. Here it is. But 20 is 20, and 10 is 10. IT, that's right. Store, stockpile is the store. Stow, W, no, because they were not with the E. Okay, I led, I thought I had 3 lives. No, it's Aeolian, it's totally a word. So that makes sense. And then Elle Fanning. She's definitely right. That's the joke, fanning herself on the beach. And notate is to work on the score. And stoned. What did I do? What did I miss? Reebok, that's how you spell Reebok. Go Gaga. Buddy Ebbs. Oh! I said it! I said it. All right, we got this. When I was up here, you can back up in the video. I don't remember when it was, but it says that Buddy Epson. Is that with a B or a P? I think it's a P. And then, unrelated, I commented, I even told a story about how a nuisance isn't a pane, P-A-N-E. That seems wrong. That's a pane of glass, P-A-N-E. And when I was a child, right, we had the pun, right? You're a pane, but I can't see through you. Playing on the two spellings, the two different words that are pronounced pane, P-A-I-N and P-A-N-E. And I noticed that this was the wrong one, but I didn't notice maybe it's not a P. Maybe it's Buddy Ebsen with a B. And then a constant nuisance is the bane of your existence. And... oh, come on, seriously. Oh, there's another one. Ah! Oh! Okay. And Buddy Ebsen with a B. Okay, I'm going to remember that. Oh, there's another one. Is it Earned? No, True Blue, Agra, Ninny. Now that looks right. Oh, man. What else? What else didn't seem right? Quilting B? No. Social gathering is a B. What is this? Snow. Snow cone. No, that's right. Store, Reno. That's the city in Nevada. Oh, Reno. Home makeovers or Reno. Right. Relo is relocation. That's another real estate term. But Reno, that's right. What else? Oh, man. This is gonna... What's est? Mostest, yeah, facetious stuff is most. What's sob? Have a ball is to sob. Is this not right? Is it not Augie Doggy? Is he spell it differently? Doggy Daddy, Augie Doggy, right? Get crazy over to Go Gaga. True Blue, baby, I love you. That's right. Agra is right. Ninny is right. It's not Nanny. No, it's Ninny. Or not Nanny. No, that's right. Directs his roots. Oh, man. Betzel. What is Betzel? This is not right. It's beetle. I said that. It sounds like beetle. And I said tackle box. You have your fishing line. And then I hit an E, apparently. S instead of an S, apparently, instead of an E. And... hey! Yeah! All right. There we go. Well, it took like 5 minutes to catch my 2 errors. All right. But, hey, it was worth it. So I'm happy about that. Prolong the streak. You know, I know there's some of you out there have multi-$1,000, and you should absolutely be proud of that. It's not $1,000, multi-thousand days, and you should absolutely be proud of that. But I'm pretty proud of my 266 days since the last one of these. Because if I get stuck, I can't just keep going and make you wait through hours and hours of video. I guess I could. Would you watch it? Would you? Maybe I will next time I get stuck. Or will I never get stuck? All right. So the theme today. Here we go. The title is "The Name is the Game," and really the game is to use the name as a pair of words to fill out a sentence, and that's all it was. And so we have the name of a famous person whose first name often is a verb, but doesn't have to be. It could be an adjective or a noun, but it's a word. The first name is a word, and it's most of the time not a proper noun, but a couple times it is. But it's a word with two meanings. So as the British pound rises in value, the dollar bill withers. Right, withers meaning like it struggles. But Bill Withers was a jazz singer, I guess, soul singer, not soul, R&B. I'm not sure what. Yeah, maybe R&B. What genre you would give to Bill Withers? Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I like R&B for that. But his biggest hit, "Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone." Do 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 do. Do 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 do, and his house just ain't a home ever since she's gone away. I think I'm butchering the lyrics, but all right. Anyway, then we have Slam Dunks was not a themer, but this one, Tony Orlando. After spending the afternoon at Epcot, we had dinner at a Tony Orlando bistro. So Tony Orlando as a person was a singer, a crooner, I'm blanking on his top hits. I wouldn't think Dean Martin, but he's not Dean Martin. He's Tony Orlando. But anyway, so Tony also is an adjective used to describe a stylish, very fancy little place. So it's a Tony Bistro. And it's in Orlando because we were just at Epcot. And then we have Ulysses Grant. So Ulysses here is used as a proper noun. But Grant is not. Grant is used as a common noun. And so did James Joyce, the author, the famous Irish author, one of whose most famous works is Finnegan's Wake, but also Portrait of the Artist of the Young Man, and also Ulysses. So Ulysses is being used as a reference to James Joyce's work, not the first name of Ulysses S. Grant, Civil War general and United States president after Andrew Johnson and 2 after Abraham Lincoln. No, not that Ulysses Grant. That's his name, but a Ulysses Grant is what you get paid for, what you get to pay for you to write Ulysses, I guess. Mark Cuban, the entrepreneur, the Shark Tank dude. But also, Cuban sandwiches are not named after Mark Cuban. They're named after, I guess, the country of Cuba. And mark we have as the verb. So to mark the sandwiches higher, to mark Cuban sandwiches higher, you have to change the price. And that's what that is there. So that's how it goes. Irving Berlin. Now, Washington Irving is the author. So his last name is Irving. Irving Berlin was the songwriter. His first name is Irving. So we're reusing that word Irving. And Berlin is his last name. And Berlin is a city in Germany. So there we go. Stephen Farr from Tarrytown, New York, the home of Washington Irving. And they have Sleepy Hollow High School there, the home of the Headless Horseman is there. Barbara Eden was Jeannie, played Jeannie in I Dream of Jeannie. And anyway, some Californians consider Santa Barbara. Barbara is her first name, but Santa Barbara is the city in California. And Eden meaning, that's her last name, but Eden meaning like heavenly place, the Garden of Eden, this wonderful, ideal place. So some Californians consider Santa Barbara Eden on Earth. Barbara Eden. Elle Fanning, we have the actress, the fashion plate, I guess. She's a big deal. So the supermodel is holding a copy of Elle, not the person Elle Fanning, but the magazine Elle. And fanning is a verb. She was fanning herself on the beach. That's clever. Then we had a couple of downs. We had, didn't we? I thought we did. Oh, Don Lemon is right here, and Tom Waits. Yeah. So to put on some clothing is to don, and lemon is a fruit. So I didn't know the Fruit of the Loom characters don lemon-colored clothing. And Tom waits for no man. No. Peeping Tom waits for Lady Godiva to appear. Oh, so there we have. So he's a peeping Tom because that's the character in the Lady Godiva story was like looking to see. You're a peeping Tom. You'll want to see the nakedness of Lady Godiva riding through the streets. Anyway, that's the puzzle. So thank you very much, Derrick Niederman, and thank you, Why Not Will Shorts, and thank you to you. Say your name right now. Yes, I very much appreciate you being part of this excitement. I'm having fun doing these, but I'm having more fun doing these, knowing that people are watching. So thank you for that. Thank you for being a supporter. If you would like to subscribe and you have not yet, let's go down that way. Boom, yeah, or click that Steve head right there, and you can be a subscriber. And I hope that you do. And I plan to be back. I'm not sure if I'll be back Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, but one of these days I will be back. So watch for the notification that you get, and I will see you in the very, very near. See you in the very, very near future. Farewell, everyone.